Hey all, welcome back to Ultimate GK Blast. Our story begins in the early part of the 20th century. The British had been ruling India for close to 200 years, but the winds of change were beginning to blow. Nationalistic sentiments were on the rise, and the demand for independence was growing louder. In the heart of this era, the stories of freedom fighters took center stage. Figures like Bhagat Singh, a revolutionary known for his fearless resilience, Subhash Chandra Bose, a fierce leader who built an army to challenge the British, and Mahatma Gandhi, the peaceful protester who used non-violence as his weapon, shaped the narrative of the time. Their tales became the catalyst of a major shift, as they fought not out of fear of marginalization, but from a shared desire for an independent India. As World War II drew to a close in the mid-40s, the cry for Indian independence echoed louder than ever. Fueled by the relentless struggles and selfless sacrifices of Indian freedom fighters, the dream of a free India was becoming a reality. These brave individuals, determined to liberate India from the confines of British rule, faced numerous hardships and made countless sacrifices. Their stories, imbued with courage and resilience, propelled the movement for India's independence, ultimately leading to the birth of two separate nations, India and Pakistan. In the midst of the joy of independence, the era was marked by the heroic acts and valiant efforts of freedom fighters. Millions of people were inspired and moved by their sacrifices. It was a heroic chapter in the history of the subcontinent, where countless lives fought relentlessly for their freedom. In the build-up to independence, both Indian and Pakistani freedom fighters faced colossal obstacles, had to grapple with British oppression, rally their people for the cause, and carve out their identities as nascent freedom movements. The four independents also set the stage for the ongoing conflict over Kashmir, a disputed territory claimed by both emerging nations. The independence of India is a complex and contentious chapter in history. The lasting impact of the freedom fighters has indelibly marked India's historical trajectory, and their echoes can still be heard today. It is a stark reminder of the consequences of division and communalism, and the importance of unity and inclusivity. In conclusion, the independence of India was significantly shaped by the relentless efforts and sacrifices of freedom fighters. These brave individuals ignited the spark of nationalism and led numerous movements challenging the British rule. Their collective endeavors resulted in the liberation of the nation, giving birth to an independent India. The aftermath, however, was marked by widespread displacement and violence and the establishment of India and Pakistan as separate nations. The impact of these freedom fighters continues to influence the region's history and politics. Thank you for joining us on this historical journey. We hope it has given you a deeper understanding of the pivotal role of freedom fighters in India's independence. Until next time, continue your exploration, continue learning, and remember, history is not just about the past, it's about understanding our present. As we draw close to our voyage through the independence of India, it's crucial to remember that the journey of freedom fighters towards India's independence was long and laden with obstacles. The Sepoys' Mutiny in 1857 indicated the first significant rebellion against British rule. This was a critical juncture in Indian history, laying the groundwork for the eventual freedom. This struggle was distinguished by a series of protests, non-cooperation movements, and acts of civil disobedience. Ultimately, after almost a century since the Sepoys' Mutiny, India obtained its independence. The euphoria and relief of freedom were beyond measure. It was a demonstration of the spirit of the Indian people and their determination to gain autonomy. The journey was long and strenuous, but the elation of freedom was worth the struggle. As the dawn broke on August 15, 1847, it marked the dawn of a new era brought about by the freedom fighters for India. The nation had long been anticipating this day, and now it was a reality. The streets echoed with the sounds of laughter and cheers as the tricolour flag was seen high in various of the country. The melodious rendition of the Indian national anthem filled the air, symbolising the beginning of a transformative period. The significance of this day was clear to all. It was a day of breaking free, a day of victory, marking the termination of British control and the commencement of a fresh chapter for India. The battle for freedom had been intense and replete with hurdles. However, as the Indian flag danced in the breeze on that day, every struggle seemed worthwhile. Independence Day, a day that will always be remembered in the chapters of Indian history.
The following is the speech given by India's first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru on 15th of August 1947.
Long years ago, we made a pact with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom.